Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Untitled Chapter, and on this channel we talk all things craft and crochet. I do crochet stitch tutorials, yarn reviews, yarn hauls, stitch tutorials, pattern tutorials. I talk about other crafts as well. If it has to do with crafts or crochet, it's my jam. Again, today I am here with the final group of crochet hooks. This is the third video, and I did obviously 2 prior to this. And before I get into the hooks, I just want to show you something. Let's look at the swatch. Looks pretty uniform, right? Stitches are aligned, the edges are decent. I'll help like that in the frame. Put it down so you can see it. You know, all the stitches are aligned, the edges are decent. If you had to guess, which of these crochet hooks do you think I used to make the swatch? This swatch. While you're pondering that, let me tell you about the hooks we're reviewing today. First one up is what I've dubbed the generic Addi. I'll explain more in detail later, but I call this the generic Addi. Next is this is a boy with a Fat Ergonomic hook, Fat Ergonomic handle. It's pretty thick. Next up is a hook, it's a Modiker Hook. I'll go into detail about it, but this is a Modiker Hook. It has an ergonomic handle. This I have dubbed the Knockoff not furls. I'm losing my mind today. I'm sorry, guys. This is the Knockoff Clover or More. As you can see, I've used it quite a bit. Again, I'll go into more detail when I'm reviewing this hook later. And then finally, we have the original Clover or More. So, we have these 5 hooks and this swatch. Which do you think crocheted the swatch? Give up? Good. All of them. This swatch was made with all 5 of these hooks. So you know how we were talking in a previous video about how certain hooks, if you start with it, you have to finish it, i.e. furls specifically, and you couldn't go from like a furls to an Addi swing or a furls to a Clover or Susan Bates or anything like that. You won't have this problem with these hooks. Any one of these hooks can be used interchangeably in a project, and you will see little to no difference in the stitches. That's a pretty cool thing to know, because, you know, we're forever, you know, picking up a hook, using it, setting it down somewhere, forgetting where we put it, pick up a project, want to start working on it, can't find the hook, so we grab another hook that's the same size, hoping that, you know, it'll work. With these 5, it's not an issue. So, I just wanted to start with that, because I thought that was a pretty cool thing to find out. And with all that said, it's time to get into the video, the reviews, and we are going to start with, again, what I have dubbed the Addi Knockoff. So let's get started. Okay, so you guys kind of went back and forth between whether you wanted to see me do the starting chain or not. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the starting chain, because like I said, in this video, we're just really reviewing handles. So, like I said, I call this one the Addi Knockoff. because it crochets similarly to the Addi swing. The thumb handle is really nice. It's like, it's got ridges, and the hook fits really nice in my hand. My hand doesn't swallow it. I've got plenty of room to hold it, and it's got a decent neck on it. So, and I'm trying my best to use these hooks the way they're supposed to be used, and not the way I tend to want to choke up on a hook. So that's why I'm a little awkward, because I don't always hold a handle or hold a hook the way you're supposed to. So, yeah. This is me struggling to actually do things the right way, so the Mocha way or Kim way. I'm pretty sure these are made in China, or I'm not totally sure where they're made. I've had this hook set because it was part of a set of I want to say 15 hooks. I got from a 1 millimeter up to I want to say an 8. So there's a decent number of hooks in this set, and I've had them for a long time. Probably it's got to be at least 5 years, and I've had zero problems with them. It's really see, I'm cheating again. I'm not using them the way they're supposed to be used. I've had no problems with them, except for, and I'll show you here in a second, where it tells you what hook it is, tends to want to rub off, it can be aggravating, because if suddenly you don't know what hook you're using. Yeah, I'm really struggling with doing this the way you're supposed to do it. Shows you the habits we form when we crochet. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. See? Well, it's upside down. It rubbed off. So I actually had to take a Sharpie and write it back on there, and then I covered it in clear nail polish. So that was just my cheat to fix the one flaw I found with this hook. Because otherwise, it's a nice hook. I think I paid like $15 for the entire set. So it came out to like right around $1 a hook. And the handles are showing very little signs of wear and tear, other than like the label rubbing off. The grip is still really comfortable. It doesn't seem to have like worn down or anything. The neck itself, like I said, it's a longer neck, and I like that. And it's just a regular steel neck. It's polished. And most yarn, I don't think I've ever had a yarn that didn't perform well with it. So that's also a plus. But going back to the handle, yeah, it's a comfortable handle. Even though I tend to like want to choke up like this, because of the ridges on the actual thumb rest, it reminds me that that's where my thumb's supposed to be. So, I don't know. It's a good experience. I like this hook. I like this hook a lot. Oops. Oh, closed out the loop. Scissors. And that's what the swatch looks like. Like I said, it crochets really well. The stitches are really defined. They're even. It's a good hook. And yeah, I really like the handle because you can grip it. It's got like also ridges on down on the side, so the rest of your hand, it sits in your hand and doesn't move much. It's a good hook. On to the next one. Next up, we've got the boy with the Fat Ergonomic Hook. You know, not much do you really need me to say about a boy hook. I mean, you know, a lot of people in the yarny world, you're a baits or a boy person. So if you're a boy person, then you know, it's got the rounded head and the narrow neck. I was actually under my camera. But this one's got like a Fat Ergonomic hook on it, or a handle on it. When I went looking for boys with handles, this was the most popular. Honestly, it's a little short for my hand. You can see the indentation where my thumb's supposed to go, but I don't know. I don't know if it's because it's still because the handle's so thick, but it just doesn't fit well in my hand. Also, as you can see, it's a little shorter in my hand than like some of the other hooks are. So it's kind of sitting right on that, like right here, and that kind of hurts after a while. So this handle, I don't know. Let's crochet with it for a bit and see if my mind changes. I know I ask this in like every video where the boy baits question comes up, but which are you? Are you a seasoned baits or are you a boy person? And again, I am trying to use the hooks as they're supposed to be used, not how I would normally use them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Which is why I'm kind of struggling here a bit, because I would not hold this hook the way it's intended to be held, because it's very uncomfortable for me. But I'm trying to be uniform in my reviews, so. I like the neck on the boy, because I like longer necks on my hooks, so that's cool. But I'm really not liking the fact that I have the long neck, but I sacrificed length on the handle. It's okay, I can't. And it's throwing me off big time. So I'm going to have to like do this the way I normally. See, this is just a wreck for me right now. This is not working at all. I'm not even sure how it performed that well in that swatch. I don't, and the fact that this wasn't the hook I started with. Because I'm reviewing them in the order that I did them in the swatch. And this one was second. So maybe it's the fact that I'm starting a chain with it. That's why I'm struggling a bit. Yeah, but quite frankly, I really think it's because I'm having to choke up so much on the hook. Or I was trying to not choke up on the hook, so I was trying to use it the way the hook was supposed to be used. But that wasn't working because the handle is too short for me. So I'm choking up a bit. But you saw me try to use it the way it's supposed to be used. You saw me. It's on film and everything. Okay, so how do you use your hook? Do you use your hook the way it's supposed to be meant? Like, do you keep your thumb on the thumb indentation? You know, do you keep the handle firmly in the base of your hand with your thumb on the thumb rest, or do you do like me and you just kind of like choke up and find a way to make the hook work? Let me know in the comments, because this one I'm definitely having to find a way to make it work, because it's not, you know, I cannot use it as it was intended to be used. I'll put it that way. But once you find a way to use it, it crochets really well. You just have to figure out your path to success, so to speak, with the hook. And there's the swatch with the boy with the Fat Ergonomic Hook. This is the swatch with the Amazon knockoff. Now, there's differences in this one because I was struggling to get the boy to work at first. So my stitches are a little looser than they normally would be. But like if I was in the middle of a project and I was going from the Amazon Addi knockoff to the boy, you wouldn't see any difference, because here, this first row down here, well, these first two are the Amazon. These next rows are the boy. There's no difference. Or no real, like, discernible difference. I mean, if I sat here and I stared at it long enough, I could see some, but not enough that it would throw off the pattern. So, there you have it. That's the boy with the fat handle. On to the next one. The next hookup is the Modiker Hook that I believe I got from Hobie. If I didn't mention, these are all 5.5 millimeter hooks, they've been throughout the series. But yeah, this is a 5.5 millimeter. It's called a Modiker, and I saved the packaging because it amused me. Make crocheting easy. Let me see if you can read it. The comfortable ergonomic crochet hook for arthritic hands. Extra long crochet needle. I'm not sure it's extra long. But my favorite part of this, experience the fun of knitting. This is the packaging on a crochet hook. But let's experience the fun of knitting. Okay then. Anyway, I thought that was funny. I wanted to share it with you guys. As I said, it's made in China. They consider this an extra long crochet hook. Let's measure it. It's not quite 6 inches. Okay, I guess it's about 6 inches. I wouldn't call that extra long. I'd call that about average. I mean, it's longer than some of the hooks I've used, like obviously, like say the Clover Soft Touch, which is the crochet hook of little people. But it's not a swing line or an Odyssey either, or even an Addi. But it's got an ergonomic handle, and it has the thumb placement, and it's got a long neck, and it's more of a probably a a boy head than a Bates. So let's see how it works out. Camera focus. It is not that deep. Have any of you guys heard of this or tried these hooks? I had never heard of them until I was on the Hobie site and saw them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do we have? See? So, yeah. These were completely and totally new to me. And I think I paid, I want to say like $4 for the hook. Something like that. Couldn't mention it. Well, I know I told you how much I paid for the Amazon Addi knockoff. The boy was, I think it was $4 as well. So, all these hooks cost roughly about the same. And so far, all of them have metal necks. The crochet hook itself is metal. Probably steel. But don't quote me on that, I'm not totally sure. I'm pretty sure they're steel. And this one, I'm actually kind of able to use it in its intended fashion. I'm guiding it a little bit with my thumb, but when I'm actually putting the hook through the yarn, I'm actually able to keep my thumb on the thumb rest. So that's a good thing. And it doesn't feel bad in my hand. It's kind of poking me in the side of my hand a little bit. I don't know if you can see it or not. I can't get my hand to get an angle. But it's not annoying, it's just I know it's there. So that's a good thing. And like I said, I'm pretty much able to keep my thumb where it's supposed to be while I'm crocheting, which, you know, will definitely cut down on hand fatigue. So that's a good, yeah, those are good pluses for the hook across the board. So there you go. This is the swatch with the Modiker hook with an ergonomic handle in the color brown. In case you're wondering. And stitches are nice. See how they compare. That's this one in the boy hook. Again, like I said, I was having problems with it. And this one in the Amazon knockoff. See? Practically the same size. Focus camera. Practically the same size. Stitches look pretty much identical. You can interchange these all day. So, and I like the handle. It's not really squishy, but it's still kind of soft. And like I said, my thumb fits perfectly on the thumb rest, and I can actually leave my thumb on the thumb rest when I'm crocheting with this hook. So I could see me actually being able to crochet with this hook for a period of time. So, there you go. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, next up is another Amazon special, and I've dubbed this the Clover and More knockoff because it's very similar to the Clover and More. Except for the real difference is that this is a steel neck, whereas the Clover and More is nickel plated. And it's this is shiny and the Clover is matte. As you can probably tell, I've used this hook quite a bit. I can't remember whether I got this set or the Amazon Addi knockoff set first, but I got them both right around the same time. So yeah, this hook has been in my collection for like 5 years or so. So it's well used, which when you consider it's well used, the fact that it has very little other than the dirt, which please, if you know a way to clean this without making it sticky, let me know. Other than that, there's like no wear and tear on it. I mean, it's not worn down. It's still completely intact around the neck. The bottom is still attached. So, in that regard, it's a good sturdy hook. And now I'm going to show you how it crochets. I don't know where it was manufactured. I would guess China, since that's where a lot of these knockoffs come from. 6, 7, 8, 9. And it was part of a set that I think I paid between $12 and $15 for. So, you know, it would come in like around $1 and change per hook. But probably if I bought it individually, it would probably be like $3 or $4. So it's probably in the same, price range as all the others. And again, I'm trying to use it as is supposed to be used, not how I would normally use it. Which, as you can tell, I don't do that often, which is why this foundation shade is looking so whack. You don't really realize how you modify how you hold hooks and I'm going back to the way I normally do it because I can't. The way you modify how you hold a hook or how you crochet until you try to do things the proper way and you realize that you don't do it that way. I'm going to assume that at one point I did because I learned how to do it. But, once I learned how to do it, it's like anything, it's cool to break the rules, but you have to learn the rules first so you know how to break them. That kind of where this falls into. So. But anyway, again, you saw me try to use it the way it was intended to be used. But I'm going back to my way. Because A, it's quicker, B, it's more uniform. And C, it's an honest review. If I can't use it the way it's supposed to be intended and I have to use it in a different way, then I should show that. That way you'll know that you too may modify how you use it. And you may or may not be okay with that. Lengthwise, it's not bad. It's also sitting in that same spot on my hand that I showed you before, right, like an inch and a half below my pinky. But it's not really bothersome. It crochets pretty smoothly, once I modify it to hold it the way I need to hold it. Again, no real complaints about it. And in fact, like I said, I need to find a way to clean it that it doesn't make it sticky. So I did clean it once and it made it sticky, and I added some baby oil to it and it took the stickiness away. But, you add a lot of oils to these hooks, and it starts to break down the hook. So I really don't want to do that again. So I need to find a way that does not require oil to clean it. And there's a swatch with what I've called the Amazon Clover and More knockoff. And some comparison. This was the Modiker. Oh no, wait, no. This is the boy. That's the boy swatch. Set it down. This, I believe, is the Modiker. Pretty close in size, but again, like I said, I struggled to get at the beginning of that. This is the Addi knockoff. And if we're going back to the swatch, 1, 2, 3, this, we're right here, would be the Clover and More knockoff. So again, no real difference there, right here. Okay, on to the final hook. And for our final hook, last but not least, is the Clover or More. Now, you guys don't really need me to say much about this hook. Pretty much everybody that I can think of that crochets has crocheted with a Clover or More at one time or another. And I've heard very few people say they don't like the crochet experience with this hook. But, you know, it's made by Clover, obviously. It's got a nickel plated hook, an ergonomic handle. It sits pretty well in my hand. It's got a place for your thumb right here. And when I hold it like you're supposed to hold it, it feels pretty good. It sits in that weird spot in my hand. You cats can't really see it. But it's not bothersome to me. It doesn't cause pain. It's not stabbing me. I know it's there, but it's not that big a deal. I'm actually relatively new to Clover or More. I've had my Addis and my furrows much longer. The only hooks that people talk about a lot that I've had less time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, than the Clovers would be the tulips. 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm relatively new to the... My yarn's tangled. How did I tangle my yarn already? Because I'm working with the wrong... Oh. Hang on, guys, because I'm an idiot. I was trying to do that with the wrong end, and I'm not trying to fight with this yarn. Yeah, so I'm relatively new to Clover and More's. I think I got my first set maybe a year ago. 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh man, the struggle is real tonight, y'all. I'm sorry. 7. And again, 10. I am trying to hold the hook the way it's supposed to be held and not the way I usually would hold a hook. You know, just to be fair, I did it with all the rest of them. I have to at least try it with this. And I know I've said this before, but you know, you really don't realize how you adapt to holding a hook until you actually try to hold a hook the way you're technically supposed to hold it. Only then do you realize that you have your own special way of holding a hook. And I'm going back to that because I'm sure you guys don't want to spend half an hour watching me struggle. The one thing I will say about this hook, and you probably can't hear it because my camera probably isn't picking it up, but there is a slight, I won't call it a squeak, but there's definitely a noise that I'm getting with this hook, working with this yarn. It's probably the plating on the hook. And if you were watching TV or listening to music or what have you, and you were crocheting, you probably wouldn't hear it. But because obviously I'm filming, I don't have anything else on, I can hear it. And yeah, it would bug me. But sounds like that irked me at times. So, but I mean, if I was watching TV or listening to music, I wouldn't hear it. But just because it's so quiet in here now, I'm noticing it's there. But other than that, it's crocheting really nicely. I mean, this isn't the first time I've used this hook. I've actually used my Clovers quite a bit. Because I do like them. So. But yeah, it's crocheting quite nicely. I'm having, I'm not fighting the yarn. Of course, I say that and I get yarn barf. Oh, ironing, you're a clever thing. My timing's impeccable. But, other than me fighting with this yarn, and this is the yarn, it's not the hook, it's the yarn, so it's just being cantankerous right now. But it's crocheting very nicely. I mean, I just whipped through the swatch in I don't know, a minute or so. Didn't take long at all. Oh, where did my scissors go? There they are. Pull that through. I don't know how much that I got on camera. I'm sorry. But, it's a nice swatch. It's uniform. Looks good. And if we go back to the big swatch, it would be, turn around, this row here. So this top, well, it's technically the bottom row, but as I'm showing you right here, it's these two rows. So see, you can't tell a difference between these rows. Between these rows of these hooks. Which I think is pretty awesome. So, those are the 5 hooks. Get out of the way, yarn. I really can't really say, I won't say if I had to choose a favorite, it would be easier for me to choose the ones that I'm not as fond of. The boy, I understand that they're definitely going for an ergonomic hook for arthritic hands, and people have a hard time gripping it, but it's just a little too thick for me. So, I might use it for smaller projects, but I'm not going to be using it long term, so that one goes over there. For a knockoff, this is a good hook. I mean, it crocheted fine. I didn't have any problems with it. The only thing I don't like about it, as I've mentioned, is that it's dirty, and I have yet to find a way to clean this that doesn't make the handle sticky. So I could figure that out. I'd probably enjoy this experience more. Just the dirt kind of icks me out. The Modiker was nice. I have no complaints about the crochet experience. It does, however, it's a harder handle than the others. So the fact that I kind of do feel sitting in the back, in that part of my hand right there, because it's harder. But I do like the longer neck on it. So again, short projects or smaller projects, it's a good hook. It's a decent hook. Which takes me to these two. Out of these 5, these are probably the 2 that I would probably go to the most. Which shouldn't shock any of you. This one, because I just like the ridges. I've got plenty of room for it in my hand. It's got a relatively long neck. I could crochet for a good long time with this. And the Clover, although it's shorter, it still feels comfortable in my hand. The only thing is that slight noise when I'm crocheting, but I don't crochet in silence anyway unless I'm filming. So I probably won't be filming with it very often, but I would still use it. And again, the fact that all of these hooks can be used interchangeably is awesome. So, with that said, that is the end of this video. I will be doing a roundup where I actually rank all, I guess, 11 hooks. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, all 11 hooks from my least favorite to my favorite. So that's coming soon. But until then, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you didn't like this video and you're still watching, feel free to hit the dislike button. Like I said, if views are views, so thanks. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you know the next time I upload. And just a reminder, I go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we talk crochet and crafts and life and all kinds of fun stuff, so you should join us. It's fun. And with that, I will see you in my next video. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!